Welcome back to the Clean Slate Video Club. We are, starting the new year out right. We took a week off, but we are back at it. And, in kind of, the spirit of the new year, we wanted to get in shape. So we began walking on treadmills when we watched movies, in honor of the Long Walk 2025.
Big facts. Guys, welcome to a new year. We are starting the January month, as kind of we always do, movies that we missed in 2025. So we are taking a look back at some of these movies that we wanted to watch or talk about and put them on the pod. So today we are doing The Long Walk, as Carson said. Here's a logline. A group of teenage boys compete in an annual contest known as The Long Walk, in which they must maintain a certain walking speed or get shot.
Yeah, that movie, it's definitely traumatizing. It's based off of a Stephen King story originally. I don't know why. I didn't think this movie would be super, upsetting and depressing. But it is. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and it's intense. I really enjoyed it, though. I think a lot of that's due to the casting and just kind of the hangout with the guys in this movie. But
yeah,
what are your thoughts on this? Did you enjoy this movie?
I did. So I really wanted to watch this movie. I never got around to see it when it first came out. So this was just watching for the first time. I was actually really impressed with the cast. David Johnson, who plays Peter McVries in this movie.
He's in Alien Romulus as well.
Yeah, we watched Alien Romulus a couple years, months, I don't know, whenever it came out.
That was last year.
That's crazy. And we both really liked him in it. And when he was in this, I think he kind of steals the show for me personally.
He does. He's phenomenal. He's very charismatic.
Yeah, and he's just a very likable character, which normally the likable characters often end up dying early on or midway through because then it makes our protagonist go through a certain something. That didn't happen here, and I'm kind of happy that it didn't in some regard.
No, and really, their whole Musketeer group, that whole group of the casting is really solid. Obviously, Cooper Hoffman is kind of the main guy. It's a co-lead situation, I feel like. But him and David Johnson, what's his name? The guy from the newest Karate Kid, Ben Wang, is in this as well. He's kind of a fun character.
He's kind of weird.
He's doing an interesting accent. Like a 50s kind of vibe almost, which is a choice, but I kind of like it. And obviously you have Mark Hamill barely in this movie, but whenever he's in it, he is hamming it up big time. It's like a major
well done, boys.
You can tell he's having a good time though.
Yeah, and then you got Judy Greer also, which I don't know if this is completely, but she is super looking random. Like she is aging. When she's in the first, couple scenes of driving Raymond to the actual Long Walk contest, I was like, man, she is looking old now, which she normally plays
she's
a younger...
probably in her 50s now.
Yeah, she was born in 75, so she's got to be, beginning at the 50s. But, so really fun cast. I liked that there was not a lot of, super famous people in this movie, really besides Mark Hamill and Judy Greer, but she's still, not, I wouldn't consider it A-list. But it's kind of like a boys movie, but at the same time, it's a heavy film. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think kind of what you see in a lot of the Stephen King works, other than his horror, specific stuff, even then, is camaraderie is a big part of all of his storytelling. Yeah. And that it kind of comes through in this movie where you just get to know this core group of guys, but even a little bit of everyone's personality and what they're motivated by, and then you start to see them suffer and deal with the situation that they're in, that most of them chose to be in.
Yeah.
Or after walking how long you have to poop at some point. How are you gonna do that? That's gonna suck. Or getting a Charlie horse, or just falling asleep and stuff like that. So there's some pretty extreme things they go through. Someone breaks their ankle and he keeps walking, and you're they want to help him, but there's nothing they can do. Yeah. There's nothing they can do to help him either, though. So it's just it's pretty horrible. And they all knew what they were getting into, so they're all doomed. So they get pretty honest with each other as well. So it's kind of a talking movie for sure, a talky kind of vibe. So if that's not your thing, but felt pretty tense and thrilling despite that as well. The director, what's his name? Francis Lawrence, also is kind of funny because he directed like the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah.
And this
kind of
is
feels
very,
like right up his alley.
very Hunger Games. Yeah. Very like a dystopian world. Young people have to find a way to get ahead in life, and this is the only way. So kind of similar, but definitely way more tense, way darker.
Yeah, he works a lot with Jennifer Lawrence. He also did Red Sparrow.
Oh yeah,
which is a horrible movie. Stupid movie. I hate that movie so much.
Awful movie. Her career has gone a better direction since then.
Yes. Yeah, well, she's leaned more
I
into
definitely
comedy
enjoyed
too,
this,
which is best.
Comedy and then like indie stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple of things, like again to keep going on this, like the likes of it. The like cinematography of it seems pretty simple, but it feels like it's right. It's just a lot of medium shots and wides. Like nothing like super creative, but then when it gets into like they're trying to show you the wear and tear of like the situation, like I see the camera work get a lot more creative in that sense, and like, you know, to kind of talk about or to kind of showcase, I guess, more so the intensity of things going on around them. And I don't know, man, this movie just like it left me in a weird place. I cried, I laughed, I was like angry.
It's morbid.
Yeah.
It's so morbid. Because, like, the whole time you're like, oh, there's nothing I can do. As like, I'm just watching this. There's no way these guys are going to... Like, everyone's going to die at some point, pretty much. And it's just so upsetting. Because you like so many of the characters.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's... I mean, even the Musketeer, like, group, you like all of them. Even... What was his name? Arthur Baker, the fourth Musketeer. The, like, preacher kid. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's his ending was very depressing.
It was so like when he's like, "Don't look at me" or whatever. There was one thing that I was confused about, like where Ben falls down and he's like screaming to the other Musketeers, like saying, "I did it wrong" or something. Like that was the part that I cried at. Because
I think he was like thinking of like his strategy, like to approach to the walk was all about like going hard at the beginning, and then like obviously you're gonna get tuckered out, and that's what ended up happening to him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they probably all thought they could win. That
got me crying because it was more so Arthur like he's like he called my name. Oh man, it broke my heart. I don't know why, because like you don't really see.
And he's married. You find out he's married. Yeah. That plot twist is crazy.
Yeah. Also the first kill, which was really, really sad, which was Curly, when he first dies.
No, screw Curly.
No, I was so sad because he seemed like the youthful kid. So I was like, oh,
I'm glad he got it.
That's crazy.
I'm like, good, get rid of him. He lied about his age. We don't need him.
Oh,
which
did he?
Kind of brings about like this movie does feel like kind of like a stand-in for like joining the military or getting drafted and like lying about your age to join the military. And they're saying how like this brings our people hope, and then ironically, like when we go to war, usually boost the economy and people get really fired up sometimes. Right. So definitely reminded me of like like World War II, maybe Vietnam War kind of stuff going on.
Yeah,
which would line up with Stephen King's background.
Also, like interesting takes on this movie too, or like interesting commentaries you and I were talking about beforehand. Which is like they have like a lot of commentary, and one that stuck out to me. I think it stuck out to a lot of people, but like. The like thought of we chose to be here, but did we really choose? Like,
yeah, like they had no choice ultimately.
Yeah. So that was kind of where I was like, is it truly like a Hunger Games situation where someone from the state is getting picked, but who is like, was it forced a little bit, or was it like heavily recruited, something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
also the idea that like, the one that was secretly the major's illegitimate son, who like was super trained for this and everything, but he got sick and he still doesn't make it.
Yeah.
And then you have like this idea that even if you survive the long walk, you're not going to be a whole person anymore. Like one, your feet are going to be jacked up for life. Who knows what kind of damage that could do? And then two, all those relationships are dead. You're like mentally going to be damaged. So
yeah, my favorite thing that
messed up.
Peter says was like, or Pete, he goes, my wish is that The Long Walk would have 2 winners, so that they're.
I know.
It's just like so that friends can stay together. I was like, dude, he is like literally like I get that he's written, but he was such a perfect like character in this movie.
He's a good guy, and then you find out more about his background too.
Yeah, that he like got a second chance at life. So why would you want to like spend time thinking about all the hard things? I don't know. There's so many different perspectives on life here because I think the main thing is death. That like it almost kind of opens your eyes to one how people think and how people like view where they're at in life, but also like how should we view like a point in our life where like right, I think I loved what Garrity said at the end. He's like I've never really thought about death, but he's like but now it's like the one thing I'm sure of is everybody's going to die. And it kind of like we all kind of know that.
Allegory for life.
Yeah, exactly. Like you and I talked about the whole life aspect that it like portrays in this movie of like in life you're fighting for like to get ahead or whatever, but the only thing we're sure about is we're going to die. So almost like what are we doing to make the most of our life? I don't know. I don't know if that was exactly what he was trying to say.
the little like enjoying the little moments. And
well, yeah,
like
that's
in the
what
movie
Pete said.
Like when they're playing the speaker and yelling "F you" to the major,
to the
like
major.
that's a moment they all shared. They all want to beat each other, right? But like they still share that moment. So I think there's like a lot of things throughout that.
Yeah.
I also want to say like there's a moment where there's a Native American character in this, Collie, I think was his name, and he like fights back and he finally did the thing that I wanted someone to do, which was ended disappointing anyways. But it made me think like there was also like the long walk in history of like the Navajo people. So there's kind of an interesting look at that as well. But there's a lot you could do with this, and a lot of directions I think you could analyze it. But I really enjoyed it, and I think for me, the only downside is the ending doesn't 100% work for me, unfortunately. And I think, hey, Niley, are we on? Can I edit this out?
Yeah.
just need to be in a YouTube video about broken legs. No, the one thing that didn't fully work for me was the ending in this movie. I do think, I don't know, maybe it didn't hit me just the right way, and I don't want to spoil the ending. I mean, we've spoiled a lot of things. So if you haven't seen the movie, click away. But he ends up shooting the major, which is fine. But I don't know. It just felt like it didn't really matter, which maybe that is the point. I know there was an alternate ending as well that I just found out about, where instead of killing the major, Pete drops the carbine at his like side and continues walking like on his own, kind of like out of it, I guess. And then it shows him like mailing stuff to like the widow, the mom, the grandma of the preacher kid, and then stuff like that. So I don't know if that would even be a better ending either. So I don't know. I just didn't. I'm not familiar with the book either. I haven't read that. Yeah. But it just didn't work for me either way. Do you have any like dislikes, or did you overall like love this?
Yeah, no, I definitely had some dislikes. I think overall I do love this movie, and I would definitely like want to watch it again. For me, Mark Hamill, like his whole thing of like, he was like a famous enough character for where everybody hated him, but we just don't know anything about him besides like what happened. And
we get the one
dad.
flashback.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like weird to me. I wanted more. But then I was
gonna say, on that same note, before you move on to your other dislike, is I wanted more, but then also I was like, if they just didn't tell me any of this, it would have been the same movie. So they could have just left it out. I didn't need to know about the background. Like he could have. I don't know. Flashbacks don't always work in movies. But I feel like in this case, we didn't need a flashback.
Right. But I also think that, like, because... Oh, damn it. My thing's going to die. Because he is, like... They talk about it so much of, like, oh, yeah, he goes home to shower and different things like that. They're, like, alluding to certain things about the major that I was like, okay, well, is there, like, a bigger story here? Or is, like... Yeah. Is the major the long walk winner or something? I don't know. I was just, like... It just felt random to me. And before my battery dies... The next, like, actual, like, part that I was kind of, like, I don't know. It was just like how quickly people just decided to like so right with Collie, he seems strong the entire movie, and then all of a sudden he just snaps. And then there's the boy who is like writing about his entire trip of like the long walk. His ankle is like somehow already broken, and
well, it showed that's when they were all climbing uphill.
Oh, he broke it then.
Yeah, it's foul.
Oh,
you should go back and watch just that scene because I had to rewind it, and I was like, "Oh, I wish I didn't rewind that."
Okay. Well, anyway,
it's so
it
quick,
just seems so quick when these boys snap. They choose to run off. All these different things.
Or the kid killing himself, the one that slices his throat.
Yeah,
randomly.
yeah.
That felt out
that
of
was
character
Charlie
for
Plummer.
that guy to me, but
yeah, and his was the most random death of all. I was just kind of
because he was kind of like villainous, so I thought maybe he would.
And then it switches to Stebbins kind of being the villain, which I was like, what is like.
And then there was no issues with him either. So I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
Especially because the guy who ends up killing himself, Plummer, he whatchamacallit? I feel like he was like, oh, it was supposed to be like his guilt over that one kid dying.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was yelling at them all, "I hope you die," when they were going up the hill. So
yeah, or like I got plans
actually
for
feel
you.
Guilty about the one person.
Yeah, I don't know. It was so weird. I think it was just like a mental
like
thing for
schizophrenic
him
or something. Yeah, but overall, really enjoyed this movie. There's so many Stephen King adaptations out there, and this is one of the good ones. Honestly, in my opinion, there's some really horrible Stephen King movies. So I think this was, kind of maybe hopeful for the future of his adaptions, maybe. And it was cool to see one that was maybe not like a horror film get made too, because some of them obviously like some of the more famous movies that he's done, like Shawshank is not a horror film, but it's cool to see like some of these other stories get adapted because everyone loves like Pennywise and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
or Stand By Me.
Yeah, that's not a horror, so that's a cool one too.
Yeah,
this guy kind of has the same dynamic with The Boys, actually.
Yeah, the homies.
Yeah, that'd be a fun double feature, maybe, if you want to feel a certain way.
The Long Walk. Or Stand By Me and then go to The Long Walk.
Yeah. But do you think you could do this? Would you survive the long walk?
Oh, heck no, dude. I'm not doing this.
It was like, what, 400 miles?
Yeah, they end up doing 400 miles. I would probably quit on like the 20th mile. I'd be like, I'm done.
Do you think you can make a full day of just walking?
No.
We should try it.
No. I don't think I would even get to 10 miles.
I mean, because when I walk like a full day at like, say I went to Disneyland and I walk a whole day, my feet get swollen and crap.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's with multiple times of stopping and resting too, and just standing. Like
that's true.
Even
standing's worse than walking.
Even when I was living in New York and I end up doing like 8 miles on, like just throughout the day. I mean, you think about it. There's multiple times I'm sitting on the subway or I'm like sitting at a park.
There's moments of rest.
Yeah, and they don't have that. Like they're literally sleeping and walking at the same time.
See, I don't think I could do that. Once you get to the no sleep would be what took me out, I think.
The pooping would take me out easily.
I just wouldn't poop. I'd hold it, man.
Yeah.
I would just poop my pants.
Pretty much.
At that point.
Okay, so out of 5, what are you giving this movie, The Long Walk? I really enjoyed this movie.
I really enjoyed it too, but I feel like I have to give it a 3.5 is kind of where I landed.
Whoa, okay. That would be like a low score for me. Like I'm giving this a easy 4, maybe 4.5. But it's more about camaraderie. If I give something a
4.5, it's like I really loved the movie, like beyond just the cast.
Yeah, but it's the story overall too. Like I don't think the ending is bad enough for me to get taken out of it and like rate it lower. So if that's the case, then the rest of everything is just nitpicking, which I couldn't even do that much on this. Like I wanted more story on this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this is a solid 4 for me.
We should start averaging our 2 different scores together, and that's like the official.
Yeah, so it would be like, what, 3.7 or something?
I guess so. That's stupid. Let's not do
that. Anyway.
Anyways, guys, we are going to be continuing looking at movies that came out this last year that we missed and that you guys would probably like to see us talk about. So next week we have another movie that we really wanted to watch, didn't get around to. So that's Caught Stealing. So if you want to do your homework tonight, whenever.
It's on Netflix. Go check it out.
Watch and we can talk about it.
Yep. And guys, because we took a week off, we're going to do a double feature at the end of January. So you'll want to stick around for the next 2 movies that we'll have at the end. So don't miss it, and let us know what your favorite movies were of 2025 before we kick off our new, I guess, year with different. I was going to say series, but or season, but it's not accurate. Anyway, guys,
a new season already. Yep.
Thank you for being a part of the club, and be kind, rewind, follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.